Part of my process is cutting the silk into lengths of 14 by 70 for the scarves, or 12 by 70, and then hemming. Since the jurors for the craft exhibitions want everything to be handmade from the ground up. Now that the design is drawn, it is stretched onto, or I should say taped onto the screen, the back of the screen here, with masking tape. And then with the hem scarf, I proceed to stretch it in place on the screen. Using steel tacks and Chinese suspension hooks. So we do both ends first and then the sides. Okay, so now I'm almost finished stretching the silk onto the screen using a combination of the Chinese hooks, suspension hooks, and the steel pins. As you can see, they're almost equidistant apart, and they're all pinned at the same point on the frame. So I placed the suspension in, and now you can see you want the silk to be as taut as possible. So I'm pulling the suspension pin and then adding the steel pin, pulling it, and you can see how taut it is in the middle. You want it to be taut, almost like paper, once you start to draw with the Gutta. There you are, ready for drawing. So now I have already begun applying the Gutta, which is the Gutta serti technique. And the Gutta is like a glue. So if you look closely, you can see the design through the silk, which is what I'm attempting to do. Understand that you cannot touch the silk, so my circles are not going to be perfect. My lines are not going to be perfect. So that is the nature of the technique. So as I draw my lines, remember I'm not touching the fabric, and the stylus, the bottle, is held at an angle. So now we're at the stage where the Gutta is dry, as you can see. That is the resist. And we've begun painting, so it is important to have an idea as to how you're going to place your colors on your piece. And the next stage will be that it is left to dry and heat set with a hot iron on both sides. Then that is left to cure for 2 days, after which the finishing process begins, which consists of washing. So here we go.